Hello, my name is Eric Barnett. Imagine you're working out in the gym. Get your headphones in, workout gear on, your normal gym rats you see every day are up in there, flexing pecs, showing off guns. You've seen it, you know they're doing it. Even if they don't got them, they're showing them off. You're in your zone, you're doing your own thing. Just like that, someone collapses on the floor. What do? Most everybody just freezes. It's common, it's normal. It's not, there's nothing really even wrong with it. It's what most people would do. What should you do? Would you know what to do? Today we're going to talk about what you could do and the things you could do to save that person's life. So we're going to talk about AEDs and CPR. So there's many different types of AEDs on the market, and they're all over the US. They're in many major businesses, theaters, stores, gyms, sporting events, and those type of venues, and even other just regular small businesses have them in their lobbies. So what does AED stand for? So AED stands for Automated External Defibrillator, and they're designed for the layperson to use, everyday people, non-medical, just your everyday Joe. So their design is very simple, usually so simple a child could use them if they actually had to. There's three basic pieces that you kind of have to have or worry about for an AED. So that's the AED itself, which has a battery inside of it, the case, which is usually what's used to mount that AED to the wall, and the pads. So there's just pads used for pediatric patients and for adults. And you always got to make sure you're using the right ones. So the AED, it's a safe and easy to use device to deliver an electric charge to a person's heart to help kickstart it and get it going again. They're usually located in common areas of the places I discussed, main entrances, exits, main walkways for that business. So how do you find them? If you've never looked for them or have any clue what to look for, could be just a box on the wall. How do you find them? It's pretty simple. You look for this symbol right here. It's usually not exactly like this, but most are. They're similar design, and they say AED under them. Start looking around. You'll notice them a lot more than you think they are around. So, a little brief history about the AED. So, in 1998, the FDA cleared the AED industry's AEDs that we use today with what we call, they use biphasic technology. So all that really is the ability for that machine to deliver a safe charge to a person's heart. So the same technology they started in 1998 using, our AEDs today still use the same technology because it's effective, it works, and it's safe. So the market's just kind of grown from there. So now we're going to talk about CPR. What is CPR? What does it stand for? So CPR is cardiopulmonary resuscitation. So basically all it is the act of keeping a person's oxygenated blood flowing through their body and keeping their vital organs alive and functioning like they're supposed to. And by doing that, the way to do that is by using chest compressions and rescue breathing. So a little brief history about that. 1740, there's writings and talks about people using what we call rescue breathing now to help drowning victims by forcing their own air down into the victim's lungs, and it helped force out the water and delivered oxygen down into that person's lungs, which sometimes saved that person's life. So now that we kind of know a little bit about AEDs and CPR, we're going to talk about using them together and how they could actually save a person's life. So CPR alone is effective, it does the job, but it can't do everything. So why no CPR? So a lot of times you might be in some place that doesn't even have an AED. So over 350,000 out of hospital cardiac arrests or cardiac events, they actually occur just anywhere, not in a hospital, just out and about. And about 80% of those, which is about every 4 out of 5, actually happen in the home. It may not be your home, but it might be a relative's home, mom and dad's home, aunt and uncle's home, boyfriend, girlfriend, people you know, people you love, people you see every day or talk to every day. That's the likelihood place that you're going to use CPR. Not out and about in the community in Walmart or Kroger. It's possibly going to be in someone's home that you know. So that's why it's important. So it's not just beneficial for everybody else around you, it's beneficial for your family. So knowing and utilizing effective CPR is very important. Even if you're not certified, but you know the basics, that could actually help save someone's life. So don't be afraid to try it. I know I would rather someone try that just knew the basics than just let me lay there. So remember that. It's better to do something than do nothing at all. So CPR is usable in many situations. The most that you see are heart attack, of course. It's also useful for drowning victims, or when someone has stopped breathing for whatever reason. They've been shocked or something by lightning, power strips or something like that, or when their heartbeat has stopped for whatever reason. That's when you use CPR. So CPR combined with AED. So the use of an AED within the first 3 minutes of cardiac arrest type event can actually increase that person's survivability rate by over 80%. So, I mean, you think about that. If you don't do that, how low their chance of survivability is. So in a cardiac type event, there's this thing it's called ventricular fibrillation, which you've probably heard it on movies and TV shows. It's called VFib. That's what we call it as well. So VFib is the most serious cardiac rhythm. All that is whenever someone listens to your heart or you've listened to someone's heart, you hear what we call the lub-dub sound. So you hear a lub-dub, lub-dub. Well, whenever you have VFib, you don't have that sound. Your heart basically is sitting there quivering and can't pump the blood through your body like it's supposed to. The only way you can kickstart that, electrical shock, AED. Not like in the movies where you see someone do the cardiac thump where they pound someone's chest and bam, their heart kickstarts. It doesn't work that way. You have to get an electrical charge through the heart. So VFib is present in about 90% of adult cardiac arrests. The only way to fix it, shock, AED. So the quicker an AED can get to that person, the more chances you have of that person surviving. So in conclusion, CPR and AED training, don't be afraid of it. It's a great thing to know. It could save someone's life. And just because you're not certified to use an AED doesn't mean you can't. You turn it on, and most of them literally talk you through the step-by-step process and even talk you through how to do CPR. You can become certified for CPR and AED. It's very simple to do. All you have to do is check out the American Heart Association website or the American Red Cross, and you can look up places in your local area that can certify you. There are also places that will even do it for free. So today we talked about the AED, CPR, and how used together you could actually save a life. I hope you learned something today, and I hope people will check out the websites. Thank you.